You can imagine when you are taken to a hospital, then from there you look at the way it's appearing. The nurse herself or himself appears like he requires more treatment than yourself. You look at the buildings, where they are. Then you just lose hope. You feel like death is knocking on your door. I will sort out the infrastructure of our public facilities, healthcare systems in Bungoma, within the same tenacity that I used when I was revamping schools in Kimilili constituency, to the level where patients will begin to negotiate the date for their discharge. If the doctor says you are going today, they will say no, I can stay here for some 2-3 more days, because the area is palatable. When you are there, you feel that you are going to get healed. I am also going to ensure that if you look at the budget for our road construction in Bungoma, it's about 1.3 billion. And that budget is just for grading and graveling of our roads. What I'm going to do is that I only require about 600 million as first investment to purchase at least 1 roller, 1 grader, 1 excavator for each sub-county. Then the rest of the budgets, we only budget for fuel and maram, so that the repairing and of our graveling and grading of our roads becomes an ongoing exercise from Monday to Friday, from January to December. Because the people of Tongaren are suffering, to be specific. Because I heard another pastor saying that he was transferred from another place to Tongaren, and then he was told that in Tongaren, the first thing you buy are gumboots, which you'll be using them to access and navigate again the roads. Yeah? So the issue, we can have a debate and complain about lack of tarmac roads, but we can not entertain a discussion about our gravel roads are impassable. You know? That one, you leave it to me. Another thing which I am going to do, we have a program by county government of Bungoma of giving subsidy fertilizers to our people. The first thing is to triple the number of bags of fertilizer that are given, that we bring, with the same budget, and I will tell you why. Every farmer in Bungoma has been registered by government. You receive a message that you can go and pick your 3 bags of fertilizer from a particular depot. The government has subsidized fertilizer to 2,600. Then the county goes to buy fertilizer from Amuhindi at 7,200. Use the same amount of money and pay for a farmer who has a message from NCPB and collect more bags with the same budget. You get the point? That is what I'm going to do. Let me tell you, good people, I have looked at the budget of Bungoma County. The recurrent expenditure is about 7 billion. I even had the governor confirm that there are elements of ghost workers. When I'm governor of Bungoma, we will convene a physical meeting in Masinde Muliro Stadium. We will do fiscal counting of all our staffs, so that those that are ghost, we will remove them from their payroll, and the amount of money that we will have saved from ghost workers, we improve the welfare of men and women who toil to ensure that people of Bungoma get a proper service. There is also another, if you look at the insurance, the medical cover for the workers, for the workers of Bungoma, the medical cover is very little. It's not comprehensive. But there is some other funny insurances, crop insurance, some houses and a few things there that are being insured. I will enhance all those insurance levies and improve the medical cover and insurance for our people who give our county a good service. Last but not least, I have had my competitors who have run out of ideas. They are trying to discredit my candidature on the basis of my age. They also discredited my candidature. I was with a former governor yesterday in some funeral in Bumula, and then he insinuated that the people of Bungoma should not trust me. So I looked at myself and said, this is an individual who a few months ago was arrested by EACC for abuse of office, conflict of interest, for directing tenders of Bungoma to members of his family. He still have an active case. How can he, between me and him, who is more trusted? I have no record of being arrested by EACC for any financial impropriety. He is actively in court. So the statement he made puts his own bill, not me. I have never faced any investigations on abuse of office or financial impropriety for the resources that the government of Kenya has put in my hands as a member of parliament. I've also tried to see them, try to discredit my academic credentials, but simply because they knew that I worked in the military. You know, in this country, people think that when you are a soldier, you are illiterate. Because the most visible recruiting criteria is people run in some field, and then the particular numbers are picked. It is common knowledge. When I was in the Kenya Defense Forces, I was working with the Kenya Air Force. My trade was aircraft technician. I was repairing aeroplanes. Yeah? I was repairing aeroplanes. When you are a mechanic, you repair cars. You dream of buying one because you repair ones, you know the market. So because I was an aircraft technician, that's why I have this place here. It's an aircraft that comes to land here after some time. You know? Number two, those of us whom we were together in Kimili Boys, I finished studies in Kimili Boys from Form 1 to Form 4 by not paying any school fees because, number one, I was an orphan and I was very bright. Yeah? I was very bright. So I have 2 university degrees, I have 2 master's degrees, and I've completed a PhD from Murang'a University. I'm graduating next month. And my PhD is about investigations why the government of Bungoma are always unpopular a few months after election. Yeah? That is what determined me to study that PhD. That's the title of my thesis. Of course, it's called Effects of County Government Branding Strategies on Service Delivery Satisfaction among Small and Medium Enterprises in Bungoma County, Kenya. So I was simply trying to find out and investigate the recipients of the services in our county. Why are they unhappy? And what should be done to make them happy every time? I have my report, which when you go to Google, you will see it. So in terms of understanding the people of Bungoma and their demands, I think I'm a moving encyclopedia. Even when I did my master's, my thesis in master's was determinants of effective implementation of devolution support program. When time comes, I look forward for a day when we will stand in a line with my competitors, and then we tell our people of Bungoma what we will do for them. Then you will know who are motivational speakers and who are serious thinkers who understands where our county is going. My colleagues, if you listen to them, initially they were saying that mimi sina agenda. Nikaanza agenda yangu, sasa wamebadilika, they want to lecture me about my integrity. If you look at them, wanatembea na mtu mmoja alifungwa miaka 67 years. Mwingine kutoka Webuye hapo mrefu alikuwa kwa list ya kushikwa na EACC. The only reprieve was that the director of the company that paid him his money, ndugu ya governor wa zamani, alikuwa amekufa. If that man was alive, yule mtu ya Webuye pia angekuwa kotini. We get the point? So they have got no local standard. They have no moral authority to lecture me about integrity. I am a human being like yourself. When we will appear before God, hiyo wakati ikifika huko mbele mwaka ya 2095 huko mbele, that is when now file yetu itaitwa. Lakini mimi sitafuti kupeleka watu mbinguni. Mimi kitu ambaye natafuta ni kuandaa makao ya duniani hapa kwa watu ya Bungoma. Mapasta wacha hao waandae makao ya mbinguni. So I am not looking to be a reverend. I've also had a discussion with my friends from across Bungoma, where a number of professionals feel that I made a mistake kwa matanga ya baba ya Wangamati kutoka. The Catholic Church feels that I disrespected them. And I want to tell you what transpired, because I want you to be my good ambassadors. You know? Me, I entered into a funeral that was politically charged. And being a sharp boy from this village, I knew I was not wanted, because I am serving my second term as a member of parliament. But somehow protocol was made in a way that there is somebody who wants to be governor. I've forgotten about his name. He's an auctioneer. I think comes from around Musikoma, thereabout. It appeared like that man was senior to me, that I have to speak before they speak. So from there I realized I am not wanted. I also sent my team to do some intelligence gathering from the crowd. A few goons were being mobilized to flush me out of the meeting. And because I am a law-abiding citizen, I am a peace-loving, progressive young man, I felt like I am not going to be part of this. So I decided to walk out and leave. So when I was leaving, it is Sifuna who mobilized people to follow me by announcing that Didmus, wewe tumekuona, unaenda ndio watu wakufuate, uende wapate 200. Even those who never knew that I was leaving, they followed me. So when they were following me, was I to chase them back? You know, I looked at them and felt like they are not small girls and small boys. If they were children, I would have told them go back. Lakini hawa ni watu wale wazima. Wengine rika ya mama yangu na walikuwa wanacheza wamefurahi, nikasema maybe God has brought them to me. Alafu next day usiku nikilala, baada ya kuzika mzee wa Wangamati, of course watu vile ninaenda nao huko to give them transport to go back home. So wakati nimewapa transport, next day usiku mzee wa Wangamati alikuja kwa ndoto akanishukuru. Sasa mzee mwenyewe alinionekania kwa ndoto. Sasa mkufi mwenyewe amenionekania kwa ndoto, ameshukuru. Amen. Hiyo vitu zinaishia hapo. So hiyo haikuwa makosa yangu. So naomba nyinyi walimu wa JSS, this being a first engagement, I want you to be my ambassadors. I want you to be my agents. I am. When you take the name of their parents, their surname, you put it down, they have no any other idea. Let me tell you, You can move around in this constituency and see what I have done for the last 8 years that the people of Kimilili gave me an opportunity as their member of parliament. Political leadership cannot be like preaching the gospel. The spiritual matters are the only issues that you only visualize by not seeing. Faith is believing in things that you've never seen. Let nobody bring to you things like are akin to faith that he want you to believe that when you pass Nairobi, you go to Nairobi and you pass Westlands, the mall of Westlands, the buildings you see there, that is the one who built them. Westlands was built by the owners, by the investors. And the people of Bungoma don't see. At least here in the Kimilili, you can visualize and see. And then somebody tells us that the people of Westlands loved him, that when he came to Bungoma, they cried. Anybody who has gone to school will tell you that you buy where you are loved. You don't buy where you are doing guesswork. You know? And the forest that I will go to plug the people who will assist me deliver on my manifesto for Bungoma. And I was just joking to say that, you know, whose age is similar to your father. When you try to make him sign performance contracting and he signs, when you put him to task to explain, he tell you, "Al papa esom sahru papa uhaskumaluka lisana tawe." You see, on no senator, kwa list ya UDA. So she came here and told me that she wanted my support to be the woman rep for Bungoma. I told her, we come from the same constituency. Me, I'm running for governor of to elect both the governor and the senator or the woman rep from the same constituency. It's not possible. So I told her, look for a different seat to run. You know? So she felt that that was a very bad statement. I'm seeing her, she's the one organizing meetings to undermine me, but I've left her in the hand of God. You know, the Bible says that if you want to mess up your life, this is what your finger to two people, the widow and an orphan. Me, I'm an orphan, so how she will use that information is none of my business. Exactly what I have done. Now, anything that I do it with the political lenses. Hata juzi wakati nimesikia ule watu ya upinzani walikuja, you know, at least you as scholars, you understand, I was doing public participation. When you have a new political formation, you'll want to know whether between that political formation and yourself, nani ndio mwenye kuweza, nani ndio mwenye hawezi. Na ndio maana niliona wale wakiwa pale Kitale, pia mimi nikaweka mkusanya yangu kilomita 3 ndio nione kama watu wanaenda kwao ama nakuja kwangu. Nikakuja huko Naitiri, nikafanya hivyo ndio nione kama watu wanaenda kwao ama wanakuja kwangu. Politics is a game of contest. It's not a charity activities. It's not. Siasa ni kama yenye vijana walimu mko hapa, ukitafuta bibi alafu unasikia pia fulani pia anatafuta pia yule msichana. Si mpaka unatafuta mpango. Unaenda kunatafuta mwalimu wa story, mwenye yako wa story mingi kabisa unamtuma, unampea kitu unamtuma. Anaenda kukaa na yule msichana. Anamwambia, Jana nimeshangaa sana huyo wahungu. Ati nini? Ulikwabeleza mtu class na kwa chitaru. Kwa chitaru. Ni yule msichana kumbe ajua, kumbe ule wahungu ni mtu ya kuanguka chitaru. Ama namna gani? We live in a world of competition. So you don't expect me that I be nice to another political grouping that is against me. I can't. You know? Mimi ni mtu ya kutumia akili na kuchora na kupanga. So I want to beseech you. I want to ask you that you be agents of educating our community. I have heard individuals saying that the election that is coming, there is going to be a contest of 1 term and a 2 term. No, the contest is going to be between who has the best agenda and the track record for the people of Bungoma. That is what's going to be the track record. Yeah? Because in this country, we have members of parliament who believe in 1 term. We also have other members of parliament who believe in 2 term. But when you look at their developments, kuna wale ambao wako kwa serikali, wengine wamalala hapo usingizi, wengine wamafanya kazi. Kuna wengine pale wa upinzani wamalala usingizi, wengine wanafanya kazi. So what determines and takes our people forward is the ability to use what is the content of your head to the betterment of the people that put you in that position. We live in a country with scarce resources. So we all fight for the resources of our people. And you know, at times, I learned something from my friend that whispering to the right ears is better than shouting from the top of the mountain to the wrong ears. That is why when I've explained to you the plans I have for JSS teachers, which I think the government should adopt, and I'm going to use, Omboko Melemba will tell you that in parliament we have our own orthodox means which we use if we want a bill that is not earmarked by many people to pass. Tunangojanga jioni. Sasa ile jioni watu wabunge wengi hawako. Tunataka tu quorum. Tunapanga alafu Omboko Melemba anakuwa yeye ndio chair. Anaenda pale kwa kiti ya speaker because he's on the speaker's panel. Halafu tunaweka second reading. Una prosecute kidogo. Halafu anaangalia anasema because the law allows, anaangalia kwa ile the request to speak, anaona there are no interest. Hata kama kuna watu wanataka wachangia, anasema here having been no interest, I therefore ask the mover to reply. And I reply, then next day wakati watu wamekuja kwa bunge wengi hawajui hiyo bill ni ya nini, wanasoma tu wanasema hai bunge wengi unajua ni wanasema tu is have it. Hiyo bunge inapita. So hiyo tutapanga hiyo kupita. So largely nikimalizia, I will give back the floor to our officials to take this to plenary. Lakini mjue hapa ndio nyumbani kwenu. And today I am appointing myself as your advocate. As your advocate. Mwalimu yeyote akitaka kukutransfer kwa shule hata kama sio kwangu hapa, wacha hiyo ripoti inifikie. You know? Na mimi siwezi wacha. Nyinyi msiniwache. Msisikize wale waluke wana expect waluke aongea maneno mazuri kuni. Huyo by the way watu ya kutoka Sirisia is like you are slaves. I was watching some video. Nilikuwa naangalia video ingine, nikasikia Waluke anasema ati kuna kijana alikuwa amekuja na pesa kwa mkono kidogo, anataka apewe microphone, aombee mama anaitwa Esnas kura huko. I think she's a former principal huko Malakisi Kulisiru. Nasikia Waluke ndio huyo. Ndio huyo. Anaambia huyu ati watu ya MCA wa hapa ni mumama, amekuwa mama miaka 15. Sasa wale watu ya hapa wameamua MCA next anakuwa mwanaume. Na yeye pia ni mwanaume, amekuwa mjumbe ya 15, anaomba ya 20. Surely. Na hako na wanawake wawili. So how can a normal person behave in such a manner? Sunaacha watu wanaomba kura. Who are you to say that the people of this area have now said, going forward, we are going to elect a woman? That is complete disrespect to women of our country. And we should not. Na mimi, hata amekuwa kwangu hapa Great Lodge na mkutano, nikamwambia you are free to come to my area, campaign, because the people that we meet are the same people. Hata nyinyi walimu mko hapa wa GSS, kesho mkusikia that my grasp of issues of Bungoma, those people cannot match me even a half. They cannot. You know? So I have no problem if people come to campaign here. Ataita wa mama ati anawapatia basari na pesa. Unafungia kwa kanisa hii, wengine kwa kanisa hiyo, ati ndio wasikuje kwa mkutano yangu. Na mimi nakaa nikisema saa 4 anawafungia saa 4 hapo.
I just want to give chances, if allowed, at least 2 people from every sub-county. Hapa namna gani? Hello? Mnataka mmoja peke yake, sivyo? Ama tuache? Tuache? Kwa sababu mmesikia mambo yote. Mheshimiwa, watu wameamua, wamesema kwa sababu mmeongea, umemaliza kila kitu. Ama namna gani? Sasa, as we go on top of that, tufanye consultation, sivyo? We have our people here. One is Madam Kibaba Nancy, aspirant as women rep. Na before yeye aingie, tuko na our incoming DG, sivyo? Na mheshimiwa, nataka nikuelezee. Nataka niseme hili colleagues of teachers of Bungoma County. Kusema ukweli, ongoja kwanza msipee maji kidogo. Ongoja kidogo. Tunataka Nancy akimaliza wapeane maji as we shall be reacting. Ama namna gani? So I want to say this, colleagues. I want to say this, colleagues. Vile mheshimiwa ameuliza na ametuomba sisi, anatuomba sisi, anasema let's go back and be his ambassadors. Let's go back and be his agent. Mheshimiwa is being abused left and right because from the family he comes from. The family without a name. Na hivi ndio yeye ameongea, colleagues. Tunasema mheshimiwa, kwa hiyo timu yake amepata representative from a women rep kutoka huko Sirisia. DG yake ametoka Mount Elgon. Kwa hiyo timu yake nataka tuseme namna hivi. Kitu cha kwanza amesema is a good Ngoja tumalize. Sasa atakuwa senator atoke kwa walimu so that he can be monitored. Ama namna gani? Mnakubali hiyo? Kwa hiyo machache, wacha niite my dear sister maji mupeane pole bila kele. Mnakubali hiyo? Asante, thank you.
our incoming governor, colleague teachers, good afternoon. I am a teacher by profession and I understand our language. Ready to walk this journey together. And therefore, I will just say that we are not so much interested with so many titles. Our interest is to deliver Didmus, Wekesa, very much, and may God bless you.
Aya, autonomy power, autonomy power, moguls power, hoi riswa. My name is Nancy Nanyama Kibaba. I am one of the aspirants for the woman representative seat. Nataka kuwashukuru sana kwa kuitikia mwito na kukuja hapa kukutana na mheshimiwa Didmus Wekesa Barasa ambaye anawania kiti cha ugavana. Mine is very brief. When I look at the whole crowd ya nyinyi kama walimu ambao mmekuja hapa, majority of us fall in the millennial bracket. We are the people who have gone through moguls power. Ni sisi ambao tumekuwa the pioneers in a lot of things. I am sure many of you will bear witness that we are the people, hata ile wakati tulikuwa shuleni when they wanted to introduce holiday tuition, we are the ones who used to be in the classroom during that time. Kwa hivyo, I think there is a lot that puts us together more than that which puts us apart. Kwa hivyo yangu ni kuwaomba tu ya kwamba we work together, we support each other to make sure that we deliver the seat of the governor, and also that we as the people that are seeking your votes, mutusaidie na pia sisi tuweze kufanya kazi pamoja. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki.
Toa hii yote mzime. Toa hii. Haya, toa hii sasa. Hawa watu ya media, mshahara sasa yenu imeingia. Sasa muende nyumbani. Muende nyumbani.